Welcome back. This is CBH4K, and this is Warhammer 40K Chaosgate Daemonhunters. Before we get started, I'd first like to say thank you for stopping by. And if you're new to this channel, I would like to give you a special welcome, and I would like to introduce my channel. It's a strategy tactics channel. It has a lot to do with XCOM and XCOM 2 and the various Firaxis XCOMs. I haven't really touched on the old school XCOMs yet. Maybe in the future. But anyway, if you like this content and you want to help me grow with this channel, and you'd also like to keep up to date with the latest goings-ons of this channel, then may I suggest that you press that like button, hit the subscribe button, and share this on your favorite form of social media. Thank you very much. Now, with that out of the way, let's begin. Now, Chaosgate is a turn-based strategy game where you control a squad of demon knights. This is a special group of demon hunters in the Warhammer 40K universe. Now, you're not too sure about it, don't worry. They'll explain it in the game and on the various pages on the Steam and other places where this game will be available. It has two different game modes. The first one is the turn-based mode, which I already mentioned, and the other one is the strategic layer, which is the overview map. But we're going to be focusing on the turn-based one because the developers of this game, Frontier Development, have released a stream where they basically talk about the game, and they showed it off for a bit. Now, if you played XCOM, any of the modern XCOM games, this whole thing will look familiar to you. So let's get into it. Your job in Chaosgate is to lead the Demon Knights, the Grey Knights, on a seek and destroy of the Bloom, which is a new form of plague that's hitting the sector here, and they're trying to protect it by, exterminating the various infected, the chaos cultists and the chaos, just basically all the chaos. And it mostly takes the form of Nurgle's champions. Now, as for the sound design in this game, I really like it. For example, the explosions have a nice pop and crackle to them, and the animations look crisp for them. It's all pretty good. Also, when the characters move, they smash through doors. It's pretty good. Now, to me, sound design and art design and graphics and all that stuff, that's really important for a turn-based game because you can't, like an action game. And like an action game, you're pumping, your adrenaline's pumped, you're moving through sequence to sequence, you're fighting, you're shooting, you're moving. You're not really paying attention to that much. But in a turn-based game, you're going to be staring at a screen, and you're going to be basically playing a game of chess, and you're going to want for the gameplay is going to be engaging, yes. But if there's no sounds of the explosions and the animations aren't that solid, you're going to be bored. But I'm glad to say, just looking off the live stream here, it looks pretty solid. Another thing that's really good about the games like this is the character customization. It gives off a feeling of uniqueness, and it makes the player engage more with what's going on the screen. And looking at it, I gotta say the character customization is excellent. It looks like there's a lot of flexibility to it. There's a lot of cool things you can add to your Grey Knights that makes them stand out, so it'll hurt even more when they die. I'm not sure if they have permadeath. They didn't really mention it in the live stream. Or maybe I just wasn't paying attention. But either way, I do think there's probably going to be permadeath. But I can't really guarantee it. Either way, it should be pretty interesting. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. How does this compare to Firaxis XCOM? Because I have a lot of XCOM Let's Plays on my channel, and I have played XCOM a lot, so I'm kind of an expert. And just looking off of the stream, there's a few like big differences from XCOM, and I think it serves to make it a distinct game. I don't know if you want to say better game or worse game, but it's very different from XCOM. So let's get into it. First up is the Warhammer design. It has a lot in the Warhammer 40k. I'm sort of a neophyte on the Warhammer 40k universe, so I don't know too much about it, but I do know that they have fit it perfectly with the gothic style and the grim darkness of it to give it an edge. So yeah, it's kind of more grim dark than XCOM, so it's different in that regard from it. Just from the voice acting, from the character designs, from the design and the missions, they seem like they went full on Warhammer 40k. But enough about the graphics. Let's talk about the game mechanics. The classes are different from XCOM. Like the Purgator, he seems like a weird combination of the sniper and of the heavy. He doesn't scream sniper to me, but he doesn't scream heavy to me. He screams some marriage between the two of them, and he has his own like unique style to him. And like the others, like the Interceptor and other classes, they have like similar leanings towards the XCOM classes, but they're just different enough for me to say like, yeah, they're different. And the support and the specialists do kind of look like the apothecary in their uses in gameplay, but I'm assuming that there's going to be something very different from the apothecary in there. Like there's going to be, like he's the healer, but the apothecary's got a few tricks up his sleeve. We don't know. It's still kind of early about this whole thing. Yeah, but for classes, that's the only one that seemed like the most similar to XCOM, and that's okay because you really do need a support. Like they're the linchpin on a lot of engagements in XCOM, and in this game by the looks of it. Also, the grenades. Let's talk about the grenades. Grenades have a nice knockback to them, which is on top of the damage they already do. So that's already something different. So they can knock things off of cliffs and down onto traps or something like that. Maybe we don't know, but they definitely didn't mention off of ledges and causes extra damage that way. The warp surge, and that basically causes a random effect on the battlefield that reshapes the mission, such as you lose HP or you lose some will points. Will points enable you to do special moves and abilities. Also, maybe teleport enemies. And they weren't really clear on the live stream, but it seems like it adds a nice little bit of randomization to the missions, and I like that. It gives a level of difficulty if you've played several missions before and you're ready, you know what to expect. But then you get hit with a poison and miasma that weakens all your troops. That could equal a lot of chaos in each mission. There's only 4 people on the squad. That's the limit on Chaosgate 2. I thought that was bad. I wasn't sure about that at first, but after watching the stream, I should say, I'm actually on board with it now. Yeah, it looks pretty good because each soldier has an extra turn. So they have 3 turns instead of just 2, and they can move and shoot, and they can just shoot twice or shoot 3 times. The guy shot 3 times on his turn. I remember watching somebody who played the demo of this who shot 3 times in a row with their soldier, and I was like, wow, that's pretty good. So you can shoot and move, or you can just shoot 3 times and do another action. You don't seem to reload, which I don't know if that's a bad thing, but I'm somewhat okay with them losing the ammo management from XCOM 2. That's not really a big deal. Having 4 units with 3 turns is basically like having 6 units with 2 turns. So, yeah, it's pretty. It's pretty different, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's like actually interesting. engaging. It's different but engaging is what I would say. Yes. So unlike Firaxis XCOM, where you have like a Overwatch where anything that comes into that sight line of that soldier will get shot, and then that goes for the other side too. Every time something comes in the alien's sight range, it will get shot. Here in Chaosgate, you can set up an Overwatch cone, and basically it serves the same purpose, except only anything that moves, any enemy that moves in that cone will get shot. So it's much more precise than XCOM, Firaxis version. And take it or leave it. Some might prefer the cone. I myself I'm not really sure at the moment. I'll have to play it myself. I do have a few games where I do have that Overwatch cone. And the Overwatch cone, it can be a bit more useful than the mass Overwatch because it basically anything that moves in your sight, and like sometimes you don't really want it to shoot at something that's far away or something that's not really a threat at the moment. You want to shoot at something that's really close up and that's could move. And the best way to bait an Overwatch is to move our way and to double move, so that way it's a dash, so they'll miss. Glorious Deeds are basically a risk-reward system. It's a risk-reward type challenges you can take on maps if you want to. They give you requisition points, and requisition points gives you a whole bunch of things like new armor, new weapons, new soldiers. So getting more of it, it's great. Now, if you succeed in the glorious deed, and these can include like completing a mission without using willpower, and willpower is basically a special ability, like sort of like a currency your troops use to use special abilities and and weapons. I don't know too much about it because they just showed a little bit in the stream, but yeah. And if you succeed in it, you get requisition points. Now, requisition points can also be lost because of this. Now, this is where the risk comes in. If you don't complete the challenge at the end of the mission, you lose requisition point. You lose like 1 or 2 or something like that. Depends on the challenge. So you want to take that into account before you even accept the challenge. Like, can I complete these challenges? Or should I maybe just forego it and just complete the mission regularly? It adds a new level of dynamic gameplay and strategy to the game, if you ask me. Just go into the recommendations then, shall we? Let's begin. Would I recommend this? I haven't played it myself, so I can't in good conscience recommend it to people. So I would probably at the moment just say put it on your wish list. Stay tuned. You know what? Stay tuned to this channel because on release day, on May 5th, I will release a Let's Play of this game, like a brief one of like the intro of it. Really, probably like 20, 30 minutes of it. And then the day afterwards, I will do a live stream of this game. And that should probably give you an idea of what it's about. And I'll also give you my takeaway from the game. Now, on Steam, it's priced at $44.99. That's like the regular pre-purchase edition. And then there's the special pre-purchase edition, which is $54.99, and it has the Castilian Champion Edition, which has a famous character from Warhammer lore in it. So if you want to go for that, I recommend you wishlist this game and just sort of look through it and see what other things you will get for that. Now with that, I would like to say thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you looking through in my video and watching it to the end. If you could, as an extra thank you, push that like button, hit the subscribe button, and share this on your favorite form of social media. And I'll catch you in the next one. This has been CUH4K, and this has been Chaosgate Daemonhunters. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.
There we go. So our actual goal is, Paul was right there.